Oil and gas taxes could be raised, move over left lane drivers, and buying a new license plate can help Oklahoma education. This is OU Nightly. This afternoon, the Oklahoma House approved a measure to increase the gross production tax on oil and gas to 7% on some wells. The House approved the measure with a 64-31 vote. The vote will now go on to the Senate.
But a giant gap still remains. The legislature has failed to act. Savannah Hurst reports from the Capitol.
For 5 weeks, Oklahoma legislators have labored in special session inside the Capitol. And in those 5 weeks, no agreement on the state's $215 million budget hole. The deficit immediately threatens key state services like child mental health counseling and successful programs like drug court. Thousands of protesters have gathered at the state capitol over those 5 weeks, demanding action.
We are here today to show legislators and our governor we are serious about wanting a solution today.
Lisa Green is one of those protesters. She's a drug court graduate who knows that if state lawmakers don't act, other addicts won't have the same opportunity she was given.
I mean, I'm always going to be an addict, but today I don't have to be an active addict.
So what are the men and women in this building who make laws now proposing to fund important programs like drug court? Right now, they're reaching for a Band-Aid. Here's the math. The state faces a $215 million budget gap. Legislators plan to raid Oklahoma's rainy day fund and unspent money in this year's budget. That will raise $106 million, but that still leaves a $109 million shortfall, and services still must be cut.
Make no mistake, the state's most vulnerable people depend on these services, and without them you're going to see a rise in crime, a rise in kids missing school. Mental health affects everyone.
And will affect programs in Norman, like the Children's Recovery Center. Jeff Duvall is a nurse there and was one of those protesting at the state capitol.
We're taxing the addicts, the very people that we provide services to. So we're cutting their services. We're adding $1.50 to their pack of cigarettes that they're addicted to. We're adding a tax to their alcohol that they're addicted to.
Inside this building, lawmakers labor to find answers, and the state waits for action. Savannah Hurst, OU Nightly.
The legislature will continue meeting for the rest of the week to try and come up with a budget solution.
And left lane drivers in Oklahoma are in for a change. The new law went into effect today, making it illegal to use left lane traffic for anything other than passing. The law will be enforced with discretion, especially during the early stages of the law. And the Highway Patrol understands sometimes the left lane will not need to be used, like for rush hour traffic, game day congestion, and parked service vehicles. The biggest reason for the new law is the safety of drivers and to keep traffic crashes to a minimum.
Kind of in an education period, and we've been trying to get that out to the media and make sure everybody was aware, that today is the day that that's going into effect. But we want people to understand that this is for the safety of everybody. It's not just another reason to have to stop a vehicle. We'll never have 100% compliance.
This is just one of the 228 laws enacted today.
A number of fee increases approved by the Oklahoma legislature took effect as well. The maximum pre-sentence fee for felons has doubled from $250 to $500. Fingerprinting and forensic science improvement fees have also doubled from $5 to $10. Felons, along with those convicted of traffic violations, will be required to pay these fees. Lawmakers also approved a 50% increase for aircraft registration fees. Now Leah Hill is here with a little bit of weather for us. Leah?
Thanks, guys. We are seeing quite a temperature change from yesterday. Right now we're sitting at 75 degrees, which is 27 degrees warmer than what we were at yesterday. And Elk City and Lawton, they're seeing an even more dramatic temperature change. They were in the lower 40s as well, and they have seen a 30-degree temperature drop since this time yesterday. But we do have this cold front coming through next week. I will be talking about it is going to be a dry week ahead, and I've got your fire weather outlook for you.
Thank you. Now, responses to the New York City terrorist attack have been prevalent within the past 24 hours, and Sammi Steele joins us now in the News Center with more from New York. Sammi.
That's right, Shea and Abby, and now the FBI revealed just minutes ago that they are searching for another person wanted for questioning in yesterday's attack. Earlier today, the NYPD police commissioner responded to the deadly terrorist attack.
Since 9/11, we, again along with our partners at the local, state, and federal level, have disrupted or prevented 24 plots against New York City. Countless lives have been saved. But none of that matters when 8 innocent lives are taken by a criminal committing a cowardly act driving a rental truck. We are working hard to get to the bottom of exactly what happened yesterday and why.
More information is coming out now on the victims killed in the attack, including 5 friends from Argentina in town for their high school reunion, a Belgian woman visiting with her mom and sisters, a New York resident, and a man from New Jersey. The Department of Homeland Security confirmed that the attacker entered the U.S. in 2010 as part of the diversity visa lottery program. Today, President Trump began blaming Democrats for yesterday's attack.
I am today starting the process of terminating the diversity lottery program.
The program distributes visas to countries from which there is a low rate of immigration to the U.S. And here's something Facebook users will be sure to not like. Today, lawmakers investigating Russia's 2016 election meddling released a sample of Facebook ads created by a Russian government-linked troll farm. The Facebook ads reached up to 115 million people between 2015 and 2017. The ads were designed to show division among different sectors of American society on issues including race, gun ownership, and law enforcement. And Abby and Shea, with Halloween last night, one Wisconsin child came home with more than candy. He had a bag of crystal meth. The child's parents immediately called the police.
Wow, that's definitely a scary situation for parents everywhere. Thank you, Sammi.
And still ahead on OU Nightly, Oklahomans decided on a new license plate design.
And a watch party at the Brick.
After an online voting process, Oklahomans selected a lot of high school students' watercolor painting of the Jones Chapel Schoolhouse as the design of a new license plate to support education. The historic structure was built in 1907, the same year that Oklahoma became a state. The Oklahoma State Department of Education received nearly 800 entries. The license plate will sell for $35, and the most of the proceeds will help recruit and retain teachers in Oklahoma.
And Sydney Forsee is here with more on one of NASA's head chief nominees.
Yes, you guys, Oklahoma Representative James Bridenstine could be the next head chief of NASA. The congressman is currently sitting in his Senate confirmation hearing. Bridenstine says if he's elected for the position, he will run the agency on a consensus agenda driven by science. But the Trump nominee is a controversial choice, as he's been criticized for promoting political opposition and rejecting climate change science. The state rep says he will not let politics interfere, and the agency, or if elected, he will work to return astronauts to space and eventually Mars. And EPA head Scott Pruitt says he wants to replace and diversify members of the administration's advisory boards. Pruitt plans to cut members who are currently receiving federal research grants, as he believes they may be feeding the agency biased information. Pruitt said yesterday, "Whatever comes out of the EPA shouldn't be political science. From this day forward, EPA advisory committee members will be financially independent from the agency. New advisory members will be named soon, but environmentalists are worried Pruitt will elect scientists with ties to the oil and gas industry." Well, I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of exciting that someone from Oklahoma may be the next head of NASA.
That's definitely great for our state. That's very good.
Definitely exciting for people everywhere. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Sydney. It's now time to go big or go home. The Dodgers and Astros are headed to Game 7 and winner takes all. Although the Houston and Los Angeles teams are far away, there are close Oklahoma ties. 19 players between the two teams have played in Oklahoma City, so tonight the Oklahoma City Dodgers is hosting a World Series Game 7 watch party at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Gates open at 6:30 and it is free to the public.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, a video of the best moments from this year's World Series.
That's right, and Leah has more with weather.
Thanks, guys. Gorgeous weather outside right now. This is a live look at the duck pond. Coming up next, I'll tell you when these temperatures will be changing. Welcome back to OU Nightly. We're going to take a live look at the duck pond. Look how happy those ducks are. The weather outside is simply beautiful. We're looking at 76 degrees. We do have a rather gusty wind, and the dew point's very low, so we're just seeing very dry and windy conditions. As we go out throughout the evening, we are going to be cooling off just a little bit. We'll get down to 59 degrees. By midnight, those winds will be sticking around throughout the night. Now, tonight, we'll reach a low of 49 degrees, which is just a little bit above average for this time of year. Down towards the southeast, they're going to see warmer temperatures this evening. But overall, it's going to be a beautiful night if you are going to be out and about. Tomorrow, when you're heading out the door, we're going to warm up to 71 by noon. Cloud cover is going to stick around a little bit towards the later portion of the day. We'll reach that high of 81 degrees, which is again above normal for this time of year. So beautiful weather ahead, but we're going to see quite some changes. We do have chances for fires on Thursday. This is due to strong winds, very dry conditions that we're going to be seeing. And that is going to drop off as we go towards the weekend. If you have any barbecue plans, reserve those for the weekend. As you can see, we have this high pressure system that is going to be dominating our area. As we go in towards Thursday, we have this very slight cold front cut through. It's not going to bring any rain, but it is going to bring with it some drier conditions as well, and increasing the chances for fires. Now, Thursday, we see those windy, slightly warmer. That is the highest chance for fires. As we go in towards next week, we do have a wind shift on Friday with very comfortable temperatures. But next week, we are going to be cooling off just a little bit as we get in towards early next week. We have another cold front coming through on Monday night.
Great. Thank you so much, Leah. And it's Bedlam Week in Oklahoma.
Bedlam is right around the corner as two high-powered offenses make their case for the college football playoff. In every sports fan's favorite words, Game 7. Sports is straight ahead. Welcome back. The Sooners are number 5 in the college football playoff polls, and Bedlam is around the corner. Two powerhouses collide this Saturday at Boone Pickens Stadium. Both teams are in a dogfight for not only the Big 12 title, but a chance to make a statement for the college football playoffs. We should be in for a fun ride as both teams possess a high-octane offense that can score at any moment. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. And Bedlam is coming a little earlier than usual with
gotten better, throughout the years. His decision-making, is really, really good. He's always thrown a great deep ball, and had some good deep ball receivers. So they're again doing that at a high level. But he just seems even more confident and polished, than he has been in the past.
And Bedlam is coming a little earlier than usual with the new edition of the Big 12 title game. Although the game isn't the last, Stephen Parker tells us that the stakes are just as high.
I feel strange, but I feel like everybody's ready for this Bedlam right here. I feel like this is one right here that a lot of people have been waiting for. You have two Oklahoma teams that are in the top 10 or top 15. I can't remember really what they're ranked, but it's going to be exciting. You're going to have a big game. I'm pretty sure College Game Day is going to be there, and we got to be ready to go. It's going to be one of those games where everybody in the whole country is going to be watching.
And a crazy week of action in the NFL this week, and I'm not talking about on the field. Jimmy Garoppolo was traded from the New England Patriots to San Francisco, hoping this will heal part of the wound in the Bay. Plus, the Patriots still have Tom Brady, so they'll never need another quarterback. And Dolphins running back Jay Ajayi will be flying high in Philly after they acquired him for only a 4th-round pick. That's a steal for arguably the best team in the league. And Kevin Benjamin will now be suiting up for the Buffalo Bills. And tonight is the night we have all been waiting for. A new baseball champion will be crowned tonight in LA. This marks the first time ever a Game 7 will be held in Dodger Stadium since its opening in 1962. Starting on the mound tonight are Yu Darvish for the Dodgers and Lance McCullers for the Astros. We should be in for a wild one as the series has already produced 2 of the best games you'll ever see and broke the home run record for a World Series. And in the spirit of Halloween, we see no one is truly safe from a good scare.
It's a huge day, last day of October. All right, happy Halloween, all of you guys. All right, so don't get, hey.
Guys, that video is everything trust issues are made of, right?
That video scared me.
Oh my goodness, I don't trust anyone after that happened to me.
And still to come on OU Nightly, highlights from the games 1 through 6.
I'm Amina Switzer at the OU Nightly Update Desk. Early this morning, Norman police responded to reports of a critical injury collision near 24th Avenue and Wilcox Drive. A Ford Explorer close to Wilcox Drive struck pedestrian Tony Wade Hewitt Jr., who died of his injuries at the local hospital. That's all for now. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Amina. And now we have our weather factoid of the day. Leah, what is it?
That is right. So with these elevated fire dangers that we are seeing this weekend, I just wanted to throw out some fire safety tips in case, anybody's going to be, just basically don't start a campfire with, especially Thursday where the chance is highest. Don't burn any trash. Be careful when disposing of coals from the grill. And then just if you see any unreported fires, just be sure to report it to somebody.
Yeah, this should definitely be easy to follow. A lot of them seems like it's common sense,
Definitely good safety.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, now it's a big night tonight. Dodgers all the way. I'm going for the Dodgers.
Are you kidding me?
The
Astros definitely have it. Who has the better offense?
I got to go with the Dodgers.
Oh,
my
okay,
team.
you're delusional now.
I originally was Yankees, but Astros beat the Yankees, so now I'm double mad at the Astros.
And you'll be double mad tonight after they beat the Dodgers, for sure.
I think it's going to be a great game. I'm for the Stros personally, so we'll see how it goes.
I'll have to go with the Stros on this one.
Let's go Stros.
They haven't won a World Series yet. They deserve this.
All right, we will see then tomorrow. Bet is on, people. Thanks for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.
Ducks, we leave you with the best moments of the World Series so far.
Never forget,